Wow. Wow, 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 everybody. I texted my producer, Alistair, this morning and I was like, hey, I think I need a couple days to recalibrate. Like, I am so genuinely exhausted that I just don't think I have anything left to give on a podcast episode. And I need a few days to recalibrate. Cut to 12 minutes later, right now, I find myself in a internal monologue and I think I got to go grab that microphone because even though I am a shell of a human on the very last leg of the whirlwind, dim the lights tour, rolling into a wedding, a Sabrina Carpenter concert, a sex trafficking incident, and so many other things, radio this morning, your bitch is tired. I don't know that I've exerted this much energy ever in my entire life. And I'm kind of having the best time of my life, but I also want to lay on the train tracks. And it's just kind of this energetic pendulum swing, but we're back, baby, because I physically, even if it's just going on in my head, I can't shut the fuck up. I'm on a treadmill to nowhere. Actually, I'm on a treadmill to everywhere. So last week I was in Nashville and Atlanta. I had the greatest time. I spent a lot of time in Nashville. My best friend lives there. We travel there a lot. Andrew works a lot out there. I've got lots of people over there. Okay. So I did a show in Nashville. I very transparently alerted the masses that I was a bit undersold. It was my smallest show. It was a Monday. I had a great time, but it was more sparse than I was used to, okay? Then the very next night, I went to the Sabrina Carpenter show and it was the best. I was there with my firstborn, aka my best friend's daughter, who's 7, and I was standing in front. We had the best seats ever, okay? All access, but who's bragging? And the women of Nashville, okay, who attended the short and sweet tour, the shorter and sweeter tour, whatever it's called. By the way, go see it. It's fucking amazing. Everyone was wearing lingerie. I was in a sensible blazer and like a high-waisted Kate denim, but everybody else was in lingerie. I did not get the memo. I was standing in front of this woman, okay, that was wearing this is the theme of the fucking episode. We're going to go on a journey, so buckle up, okay? Also, I just have like a rogue needle. I just shot myself up with NAD, so don't ask me what it is. Don't send me any scary stories. I literally don't care. I'm just giving you kind of a week in review. I go to the Sabrina show and this woman behind me is wearing a lace kind of demi bra, okay, maybe a bralette, and a lace sheer thong. Now, I don't want to body shame. I'm not in a position to be body shaming, but just as a suggestion, no, I don't think anybody anywhere, unless you're literally, skipping off of a Victoria's Secret runway and you've got wings on, I don't know that anyone needs to be going out in public on a Wednesday in a sheer thong unless you're getting paid, okay? Unless you're getting banged or paid, I don't really understand. This woman had such a severe bush that she was popping out. Now, I know the bush is back. I have an alopecia situation because I've had so much laser hair removal and it's a patchy situation, but we're not ever going full bush. This woman did not get the memo. Her bush hair was commingling with my weave because I was sitting and her bush was resting on my head. And my daughter, because I really do think that I gave birth to my best friend's daughter. I mean, it's kind of crazy. So we'll just refer to her as my daughter to make things simpler and easy. And I don't want to name the puppy. She goes to a very expensive private school. We can't get her kicked out. She's like kind of looking around at all these outfits and she's like, what is everyone wearing? And I'm like, how do we even explain this to her that these broken souls of Nashville are wearing lingerie to a concert with their bush hanging out, tits and bush? And I was thinking, maybe we just tell her, listen, very pragmatically, these women are broken. They weren't hugged as a child. They probably never knew their dad, and thus forth are walking around labia out and just looking for validation and loose morals and even looser labias. Like, I don't even know what we say. Luckily, she's like elevated and turned a blind eye, but I'm like, the bushes, it was like a Bush concert, not a Sabrina Carpenter concert. Too much. I couldn't deal with it. I was so distracted and I couldn't even enjoy my pretzel because I knew that I was going to get some lingering pubic hair in my Wetzel's pretzels, whatever. Go to the Sabrina show, have so much fun. So I was supposed to go into Atlanta for 2 nights, but instead I flew into Atlanta the day of the show. Now, this is where things get a little bit dicey. And I've like blocked almost all of this out because I just got home from the Rosewood in Santa Barbara and we're just like, it's been such a journey. I just disassociated and fucked all the way off. It might be like, it's kind of Disneyland adjacent, the Rosewood Miramar Beach, but it is, for me, I just love it there. Do we need to work on the food? A little bit. Is it brutally expensive? Yes. Is it heaven on earth? Also, yes. 2 things can be true at the same time. They are so nice to me there. And we got the most beautiful suite. They upgraded me. And I literally almost open-mouthed the reception because I was like, you guys, I don't deserve you. It is the most pristine property. The martinis are cold. The crowd is just waspy, like it reeks of wealth. I am the tackiest bitch on the block and I love every second of it. That's not what's important. Let's get back to my sex trafficking fiasco. Jackie, maybe you should put the mic down. Nope, we're going to keep riding this bitch out. Listen. So I land in Atlanta, okay? And I get on the tram. Is it a train? Is it a tram? I'm not sure. It's the biggest fucking airport, that Atlanta airport. It's hell on earth. The Rosewood, heaven on earth. The Atlanta airport, hell on earth, okay? Highs and lows, baby. So I get on the tram to ground transportation. And I see this girl that doesn't even have all of her teeth yet, okay? She is, I swear on my life, like she's no older than 13 and a half, okay? She's missing 2 of her canines. I don't think she's had braces yet. And she's wearing, yet again, a completely, this is not a joke, you guys. This is so serious. I almost didn't talk about it because I don't know if it's too dark or it like really fucked with my headspace. She's wearing a sheer bralette, okay? So I can see her complete, like I can see nipple, okay? And this is a 1:30 p.m. Atlanta airport tram. Like it's so early in the day. She's wearing, her full stomach is out. She's wearing a micro pleated white jersey mini skirt. So her ass is hanging out at the bottom. Almost looks like a bathing suit, like tankini bottom, because you're seeing brief underneath. Okay. Then she's wearing white, like stripper platforms. And she's there with a man who looks like, close your eyes and just imagine, corporate Caucasian man named Steve. He's got some type of a Brooks Brothers button down, a belt, a kind of a lighter denim, or maybe like a trouser. I think it was a khaki, a loafer. And he is with this kind of like a Nora adjacent teen. And I'm thinking to myself, what's going on over here? Mostly because she's not wearing a shirt. She's wearing a completely sheer mesh triangle bralette. And I'm looking around at all the other people on the train, and I make silent eye contact with a couple other women being like, what the fuck is going on? Is that her father, or are they together? Like, what is the dynamic between these 2 people that are traveling together? In said airport, in every bathroom stall, all over the airport terminals, there's all of these warnings of sex trafficking, okay? And there's a code, call this number if you need help. I've seen a lot of TikToks about the Morse code of people being sex trafficked. There's some type of a finger, there's some type of a code word. I can't remember. I don't retain information that well. She's wearing a crossbody, a stony clover, like puffy paint, kindergarten purse, okay? And she's got a little bit of tweaky energy, and she's kind of grappling with the crossbody strap. And then I have this aha moment being like, oh my God, what was that TikTok I watched 2 weeks ago? Is she doing the Morse code thing? I don't know what the Morse code thing is, but I'm looking at the dynamic. It's not reading father-daughter. By the way, if that was a father-daughter relationship, why is he letting a young girl in a very public space with her entire body out? It's inappropriate in every scenario, okay? Then they start to have some type of an interaction. That doesn't feel like a father-daughter interaction, okay? The hands are kind of weird. I'm not going to get too into it because I don't want to put off anybody and ruin anyone's day, but it's gross, okay? Just know this. It's gross. So he starts checking his phone, and I make eye contact with her. I am 2 feet away from them, okay? And I mouth to her and I say, are you okay? Because now I'm playing a hero, okay? And still traumatized from the bush on the head from the night before. So I'm in fight or flight mode. I'm thinking this could be like a trafficking situation. And if you see something, you say something. So I look at her and I say, hey, are you okay? And she kind of looks at me puzzled and goes, what? Like, just didn't understand what I was getting at. And then I'm like, okay, abort. I've made this awkward. Maybe I'm underslept. I've misread the situation. Flew too close to the sun. This is like, I'm being weird. So now I'm just looking around. I'm stuck in this tram for another 6 minutes across from this weird encounter I just had. So I tried to shake it off. I think I revised the whole narrative in my head. I'm like, oh, maybe she wasn't 13. Maybe he wasn't 55. Maybe it is her dad. Maybe it's her uncle. Maybe it's her I'm trying to think of any scenario where this isn't fucking gross. And I can't really think of one, but I sit Shiva for my experience. I tried. I go and I check into my hotel, which is, by the way, I'd just like to say, if you're thinking about staying at the Ritz-Carlton in Atlanta, please don't. You know why? Here's why. I go to check in and I'm waiting in line and I turn around and who's fucking standing behind me? No bags. It's Bralette and Steve. Okay, Bralette and Steve checking into the hotel. No bags. Now he's standing behind me. She's waiting by the elevator banks. Okay. So I'm like, now I'm just so perturbed. This hotel is humongous. It feels sex trafficking adjacent, allegedly. You know what I mean? Like the hotel is big. There's 1 million rooms. It's in the middle of downtown. It's not the greatest area. You've got so many people checking in, checking out, checking in, checking out. I'm like, there's 28 floors. There's 5 million rooms. Now I'm like, oh my God, I think my instincts are correct. Okay. So I check in, I'm averting eye contact. Once again, I'm trying to figure out a strategy. I go to my show in Atlanta. I tell Heather McMahon this whole fucking story because she knows what's going on. She's the one that told me to watch the Amy Bradley documentary, which got me just even on the sex trafficking train. So I just naturally purge on her and I'm like, what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do here. I feel like something's going on. And she's like, 100% it's sex trafficking. I'm like, okay, we have an obstacle and now we need a solution. So I do the show in Atlanta, which by the way was fucking incredible. The Atlanta crowd is unreal. You guys like came to fucking play. LA, you've got your work cut out for you. Which, by the way, I have about 30-something tickets left at the LA show. We're almost sold out. We are so fucking close. This is the show you do not want to miss. I'm never fucking doing this again. My entire family will be there. I have special guests for you. We are jam-packed, baby. Go to thebitchbible.com/tour. Buy your tickets. The Fonda Theater. I will have gorgeous, single, heterosexual male friends there for you. I will have like all the bitch Bible favorites. You're getting Cousin Joe. You're getting Max. You're getting Gloria. You're getting Clyde. Okay, problematic Joe is in the motherfucking building and everyone's getting a mic and I'm probably going to get canceled for it. So please just come to the farewell performance. Ah, my Lord, we've done it. We landed Merit Beauty. I love Merit Beauty. Black Friday, Cyber Monday sales are just around the corner, but the only thing better than shopping a sale is shopping a sale early. That is why Merit is here with early access to their only sale of the year just for you. I am being so dead serious. I actually was just talking to Gloria yesterday because she's like, Jake, I need new blush. I'm like, bitch, we're going to Merit. I use their Beverly Hills Flush Balm every single day, and I kind of do like an ombre situation where I put Beverly Hills kind of towards like my temples and then I carry it and I blend it through with Stockholm. Those are my two favorite blush colors, but every product is so amazing. It's clean. It's designed to just be easy. You can leave it in your car. The concealer is so great. Also, Merit's Great Skin Serum is all you need. The Minimalist works double duty as both a foundation and a concealer, so you can get quick coverage without like caking on makeup. Right now, you can get early access to Merit's only sale of the year when you go to meritbeauty.com and use code Bible from November 21st through the 23rd. You will get 20% off site-wide plus a gift with purchase while supplies last. That is Merit, MERIT, beauty.com promo code, the letter E, the letter A, Bible. Okay, EA Bible. Meritbeauty.com promo code EA Bible. Oh, it stands for Early Access Bible. There we go. It just clicked in for me. So load up your carts, girlies. This holiday season, I've been channeling my inner Gordon Ramsay. And no, that doesn't just mean I've been yelling more in the kitchen. It's because Home Chef just teamed up with Gordon Ramsay to bring his 5-star stress-free recipes straight to your kitchen. Between school nights and busy schedules, it's never been easier to cook like a pro without the pressure. Home Chef is rated #1 by users of other meal kits for quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Home Chef makes cooking simple, fresh food delivered, easy recipes to follow, and meals that actually taste great. Okay. I love their oven ready trays, their quick microwave options. It's so hassle free. It's so easy to prepare a beautiful meal for your family. And for a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/Bible. That's homechef.com/Bible for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Bible. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. So we wrap the show in Atlanta, have the best time. I get back to my hotel. I call management and I'm like, listen, this is what Heather told me to do. She's like, you're going to sound, oh, she just texted me. Heather's ears are burning. What is this bitch saying to me? Do you think we can pull off... Do you think we can pull off a heist at the Louvre again? Because they're really not going to be thinking somebody's going to do it twice. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Heather and I are going to Paris, everybody. Oh, passport to Paris. She believed she could, and she fucking did. We're going to talk about the Louvre robbery just to lighten the mood after my sex trafficking story. Okay, long story short, I called down to reception. I was like, listen, I checked in around 3 p.m. The person right behind me, I saw them at the airport. He's with a very young girl. Something felt weird there. Please just flag it. Just flag it. If anything comes up, just know 3 p.m. I was literally like 3:07. At 3:07, check the cameras. And at checkout, check the cameras because something weird was happening. I feel good about saying something. I hope nothing's happening, but just, okay. I probably didn't need to share that. It's a little dark, but whatever. Heather and I are going to Paris in T-3 weeks, and we're going to rob the Louvre. Those Louvre robbers are so hot. I love that they, like a 9:30 a.m. jewelry heist. Allegedly, the security password was Louvre, all lowercase, which is that's so Parisian. It's so like perfectly Parisian. But they caught them and they're hot. And like, I think it just speaks to kind of the state of the world that we're all romanticizing these robbers and sexualizing them because this is the world that we live in. I had a bit of a breakdown a week and a half ago. I called Max Because me and Max, like, we are such soulmates that even though we have different lives, different paces, different jobs, different like family situations, all the things, for whatever reason, it's like we were like separated at birth through osmosis. Like, we are always experiencing the same things at the same time in different places. And I can't really explain it. If you have like a best friend that you've just been like so connected to for so many years, I think it just kind of happens, or you're just picking up on like the energetic frequency of people that you love because you're tied to them. I don't know. It's like the universe being weird, but whatever. I'm in a much better place now because I had a gorgeous weekend in Montecito, and it really will revive the soul. But about a week and a half ago, I had this breakdown. I call Max and I'm like, you know what? I just am so over any form of digital discourse. And I think it's not just applicable to someone who lives life on the internet. And I don't really consider myself someone that lives life on the internet. I think all of my best moments are off the grid, but being someone that like, you know, I'll take a camera first thing in the morning, like with my overbite and my weave hanging out of my head. And I have no like guards with any of that. I don't have any guardrails or boundaries really. Like, I'm like kind of down to play when I feel like playing. But it got to a point a little while ago where I'm just so over the digital discourse of everybody having a platform, everybody giving their 2 cents, everybody giving opinions. And I realize that's so hypocritical because that's literally what I do as my job. But like, not everything is a tennis match. Not everything needs 2 cents. And we've all gotten so comfortable just telling people what they should eat, telling people how to get better sleep, even good stuff, by the way, even the good stuff, telling people they're pretty, telling people they're skinny, telling people they're ugly, telling people that their kid's car seat is installed wrong, telling people that their sunglasses are ugly, telling people that they love their lip gloss. What color is it? Like, we've all gone rogue and we need to dial it back. The feedback is fucking us. Good feedback too. And I had a lot of aha moments, epiphanic instances while on tour for the past 17 months, because if you see the show, the Dim the Lights tour, last show on Saturday, roll through, I was so uninhibited because I had no feedback from anybody. It was just a gal, a tripod, and a dream and a jovial spirit and a body type that you just can't replicate. So skinny, okay? And there was never, I would make these weird fucking movies, sing these songs, do these bits, say fucked up shit. And I had kind of the wiggle room through trial and error, but it was self-trial and error. It was all self-awareness, self-reflection. I was kind of the only person giving myself feedback, and it allowed me to kind of blossom into an original version of a human. Whereas now, everybody's getting feedback. Kids are getting feedback on TikTok. Adults are getting feedback. We're not doing Pilates anymore. Now we're doing heavy lifting. We're not supposed to be eating grass-fed liver. Now we're not supposed to be doing this. Botox is bad. Like, everyone has a take on everything, and it's too much information. It's suffocating. It's diluting of personalities. We need some type of regulation of the digital discourse, especially for kids. It's so fucked up. And I'm just exhausted. I'm exhausted by it. I had to take a beat, and I kind of just like made a silent promise to myself that I'm going to participate in the internet, but I'm not going to actively participate in the internet. I'm not reading comments. I'm not checking notifications, and it's really hard to do. It's really hard to do because I'm a scroller. I'm not a troller, but I'm a scroller. I don't leave comments on anything. I'm not replying to DMs. I don't really get in the mix with it. Oh my God, another thing. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit because sometimes I think things are really profound, but really it's just like an inner monologue that should stay in the old empty noggin. You know what I mean? Lots of room up there. I'm going to let you just sit and marinate with that. So I get to Nashville. Here's a whole other thing. So much has happened. And I went and picked up contacts. This is all riveting stuff. I went to go pick up my contacts the day before I left because I was like on just the tail end of my lenses. Okay. Like I used to do monthlies, like one pair a month, but I will leave them in for like 8 months. Okay. So they're getting a little crusty. And I picked up a fresh pair. And they accidentally gave me the wrong prescription. So I was walking around for 36 hours in Nashville, full Helen Keller. And it was a real full circle moment for me. For someone who has kind of been the trailblazer for the Helen Keller denier theorists for so many years, it's just so on the nose. I'm going to put my sunglasses on because I am getting a little blinded by these lights. Because the vision is fresh. She's crispy. I was walking around. I had no depth perception, okay? I went to go pick up a cup. It took me like 6 tries. So I call Lens Crafters and I'm like, I need an eye exam ASAP because my prescription had expired last year. They wouldn't give me trial contacts. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll go in for an eye exam so I can pick up some fucking contacts so I don't walk off the stage and die in Nashville at an undersold show. I go in for the eye exam. They read my previous prescription. I give them the whole lowdown. I go for the exam. They're like, are you aware that you have been operating at like 50% of your actual prescription? Like, have you been like driving? And I was like, no. And they're like, where do you live? I'm like, Los Angeles. They're like, so you mean to tell me that you don't have a car? Because you shouldn't be driving. Like, this is so dangerous. And I had no idea. I felt like, when the babies get their cochlear implants and they hear their mother's voice for the first time, that was what happened to me when Dr. Bernstein gave me the right contacts. It is quite literally a whole new world. I'm not used to seeing myself in high definition, let alone the roads, the street signs, my son's beautiful arm rolls. Like, it has really changed my life. I almost wept. I couldn't believe it. I don't know what dumb fuck optometrist just so severely underprescribed me. But I am having my Helen Keller experience. The thing with the holidays is they're full of so many events, okay? Dinner parties, traveling, family gatherings, and so much more. And you know what that means? So many outfits, baby. Most of the time after coming home from a holiday party, the first thing I want to do is let the girls loose and rip off my bra, but not with Honey Love. Okay, here's the realest thing that I'll ever say. In Nashville, I had a bit of an outfit catastrophe and last minute had to pivot and did not bring any shapewear. I went to Nordstrom and I bought retail a Honey Love bodysuit because I know how comfortable they are and I really needed like just kind of everything to suck me in. She's a little bloated, little vacation constipation. So comfortable, so breathable, gives the girls a nice lift, really sucks you in the stomach, and like the perfect cut under clothes, so smoothing, love it so much. Treat yourself or someone special to the most comfortable and innovative bras on earth this holiday season. Save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/Bible. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off. That is honeylove.com/Bible. After you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you. Celebrate the season feeling confident and comfortable with Honey Love. If there's one thing I definitely don't miss about being pregnant, it is the insomnia. I was up all night tossing, turning, worrying about if I was doing everything right to take care of my little demon seed. There are so many people telling you what to do when you're pregnant, but you only need to listen to one, and that's me, okay? Ritual is the way to go. Thanks to Ritual, one thing I wasn't worried about was getting key nutrients that I needed to support me in my pregnancy, okay? And Clyde is perfect thanks to Ritual. Now, with their clinically backed essential prenatal multivitamin, I knew I was getting clean, traceable ingredients like choline, folate, and omega-3. I also use their protein powder every morning. Andrew would make me a shake with the Ritual protein powder. So I knew that I was just going to be full, and I've just trusted these products for so long. I take their multivitamin. It's so easy on your stomach, especially when you're pregnant. That was something I was so worried about, and you don't have to worry about that ever with Ritual. Don't settle for less than evidence-based support. Get 40% off your first month at ritual.com/Bible. Start Ritual or add Essential Prenatal to your subscription today. That is ritual.com/Bible for 40% off. Sharp, sharp, right. Also, I would just like to thank everybody who is listening because obviously this episode was delayed. Thank you for giving me the grace, space, and just decency to deliver a tardy episode this week because I really needed it. Full disclosure, I did record an entirely different episode that was so bad. Like half of it is just dead air because I genuinely couldn't think of anything to talk about, but I had a beautiful REM cycle and a nice schwitz in the sauna, and I'm feeling so much better. Can I tell you my deepest, darkest secret that I just realized yesterday? The truest thing I will ever say in this week's episode is that I don't want to say that I judge people that get really sick, and obviously, like if you're immune compromised, just disregard this stupid little thought. But like when I see people on Instagram, and it's really been happening a lot in the last 2 weeks, people were like, I'm so sick. Like, I just want to say something. And I realize this is begging to be like laid the fuck out and buried, but I never get sick, okay? And I'm eating shit off the floor. I barely, like, I'm not someone who takes a germophobic approach. I've been on a million planes. I take little to no supplements. I've got a mold infestation, mercury poisoning. I went on some form of a system from my woo-woo doctor in the hills of Montana. I was only able to stick with it for about 3 days. So many pills, so many tinctures, so many things. And everything needs to be like temperature controlled. And granted, Jackie, didn't you just get a new car with a fridge? Yes, thank you so much for asking. But even with the fridge and the parasite cleanse chilled in my car, I just can't stick to a routine like that. If someone tells me I have to do something every day, every fiber of my being just doesn't want to do it. And I'm not a defiant person, but I'm just really bad at sticking to any form of like a regimen, okay? Unless it's on my own free will. And when I see people get taken down by a cold, I just find it to be so fucking embarrassing. And the call is coming from within the house because like Andrew gets sick all the time. Okay. He looks at a raindrop, like the temperature changes a little bit and this fucker is laid out. And I never contract anything. Okay. My favorite line of Bethany Frankel's is, besides, just her chewing crawfish at a Best Western in the middle of the country post speaking engagement, is when she said that she could lick the inside of the toilet bowl and not get diarrhea. And I don't want to say that I can co-sign on the same sentiment, but like, rock and roll, baby. Life of a showgirl. This bitch is mingling. We're doing meet and greets. We're in airports, okay? We're broken. We're empty. We're mold infested. And I'm just like not getting sick. And you know what the second realest thing I'll say on this podcast is, if I do get sick, I'm not going to burden anybody with it. You're not going to see me being like, I just am so sick. I'm not going to get on Instagram being like, I'm so sick. You know why? Because I find it to be inferior and embarrassing. Jackie Schimmel doesn't really get sick. And if she does, I get the fuck over it. I shake it off, Taylor Swift, with those bangs. I shake it off. What do we think her wedding dress is really going to look like? Do we think that she's going to go classic white? I'm seeing ivory. I know there's going to be lace. There's going to be like a cape. There's going to be like a cap sleeve. It's going to be very whimsical. Who's going to design it? I'm nervous, but that's not what's important. Oh, you know what I'm going to do on Friday? I'm so excited. So Thursday night, Andrew's leaving again. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Andrew's leaving tonight on a red eye, and he's missing my LA show, which I'm a little bit pissed about because he hasn't actually been able to sit in the audience. And just like fast forward if I've already talked about this at the beginning of the show, but basically last week he got a call. He has to go to Nashville to finish this album. Listen, I knew what I was signing up for, marrying a music producer / songwriter. If I wanted to go to, conferences in Rialto, I would have married an insurance agent or something. Like if that's what I wanted if that's what I was signing up for, that's what I would have signed up for. I signed up for a lifetime of riding coattails for writing camps and really good concert tickets, and my husband traveling at the drop of a dime any given second, and me just having to deal with it. And it's honestly, like, I low-key don't hate it. I think it's distance makes the heart grow fonder-ish. And I'm annoyed because my LA show is my bat mitzvah, and being that Andrew couldn't come to my actual bat mitzvah, this felt like, you know, a piece of history. But like, when they get the call and it brings funds in and he'd rather stay home, what do? Do you be a little bitch about it and be like, no, honey, we've got dolphins to eradicate. We got to keep the lights on. So if the bitch has got to go, the bitch has got to go, and vice versa. Same thing. So, like, to be so simple, somebody said to me the other day, because I was like, they're like, oh my God, Andrew's coming to the show, right? Can't wait to see him. Like, this girl I went to high school with ran into her, and she's going to the show. And I was like, oh, actually, like, I just found out he actually has to go to Nashville. No. Oh my God. Can't he come back? Like, bitch, no, he can't come back. He's at the whim of a pop star. So when they say jump, Jackie says, how high? And are we talking single or album cut, baby? So it's annoying, but it's fine. So Andrew's leaving me for dead this evening. And Thursday night, I am doing, like, I've never done this before, which is like so low-key embarrassing, but so funny. I am doing like an appearance at a book launch, and I'm delivering a toast. It's at like the most amazing restaurant in Los Angeles. The guest list is packed. Okay. Baby got a car service. I'm bringing my sister. She's like so confused and perplexed by this whole business model, but I'm like, pick you up at 6, get ready for pasta. And I'm going to razzle. I'm going to dazzle. I'm going to go home, take my Unisom. And then Friday, the day before the LA show, I have a self-care shimmel day. And what that looks like is I will be waking up. I will be doing Pilates with my girls. Okay. And then I am going to I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do a double matinee. I think maybe I only have the bandwidth for a single matinee. So I think I'm going to go see Begonia. And I hope I'm not butchering that. That would be really fucked up and embarrassing. Begonia, which I'm so excited. It's listed as a comedy. I'm going to need a little more intel on what I'm getting myself into, because I'm not trying to like really fuck up my day. I don't want to be left in a dark place. And as we all know, Emma Stone, actor of our time. And if it is a drama, I'm just like trying to keep the serotonin levels up. So I need to inquire, you know, like, are we having a Diet Coke and a frozen Junior Mint and a popcorn, or are we having a cigarette and a martini and a good cry? I need to know what kind of day I'm having. Then obviously I'm going to go get these extensions moved up. Then I'm going to go pick up an eggplant parm, and Clyde and I are going to have like a romantic Friday night date night. I'm throwing his ass in the crib at a supple 6 p.m. And then I am going to start a new program. I'm either going to, well, first I'll hit it with the classics. I'll do a Real Housewives like update because I'm a little behind. Although Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, can I say something that I've already said 700 times? It is the best. It is the best show on television. It is a cinematic triumph. And oh my God, it's so good. Mary Cosby might be Mount Rushmore housewives for me. I find her to be, she's so likable. She's so strange. And I mean that as such a compliment, but she's so enjoyable to watch. Okay. She's not chaotic. And for someone who has kind of a dark storyline, she's all light. Can I help you? Clyde, would you like to come and sing a song on mic and earn your $40 chicken tenders from the Rosewood? Oh, for fuck's sake. Let him in. This will be a special video. Come here. Ooh, can't handle the lights? Bye-bye. Are you going to go to the park? Can you show me your boobies? Woo! Can you give me your sexy hips? Hips, 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 hips. Okay, this is great for audio. Love you. Bye. See you later, bitch. Bye, bitch. If you think that child hasn't been practicing shaking martinis for the past 72 hours, you're dead ass wrong, by the way. I'm like, more ice chips, more ice chips. One thing about me, baby, is that I am a pajama queen. As we saw in leg 1 of the Dim the Lights tour, I've turned Minnie a Luke in a hotel robe and a pair of PJs, but the funny thing is that I never actually sleep in them. I used to just sleep in an oversized t-shirt and like a pair of Andrew's boxers, but because I am such a Skims fanatic, I loaded up on their pajamas recently, and I don't know what I've been doing with my life. The Skims Soft Lounge sleep set is such a game changer. I actually wore these when I gave birth in the hospital. I wore like the black pair, and I just reloaded. I got the pink, I got the black, I got the gray, I got the baby blue, and I've thrown out all other pajamas, and moving forward, I am just a Skims girly, okay? Shop my favorite pajamas at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you, select podcast in the survey, and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. If you're looking for the perfect gifts for everyone on your list, the Skims holiday shop is now open at skims.com. Oh my God, wait. Okay, so after my Friday night eggplant parmesan romantic candlelit dinner with Clyde, I am going to start All's Fair. I started the first 15 minutes and it's just so bad. God bless Kim Kardashian. You know, she believed she could and she really didn't. And she's so perpetually in on the joke that we just can't fault her. Also, Kris Jenner just celebrated her 70th birthday. Here is the lore of Jaclyn Schimmel. Okay, Jaclyn Taylor Schimmel. I know without a doubt that Kris Jenner would fucking love me. I have a very short list of celebrities that I know would fucking love me. And close to the top of that list, here's who I'm thinking. Kris Jenner would eat me up like a froyo, okay? Adele, I know Adele would love me, okay? And if I ever saw these people out in the wild, would I say it? I'm not sure. If I was in the right environment, Lady Gaga, I know she'd love me. I know she would love me. Sarah Paulson, I know she would fucking love me, okay? It's just, I don't think this about everybody. Like in my head, Charlie XCX would love me, but in actuality, I'm not cool enough for Charlie XCX. And that's not in like a pick-me way. Like I'm going to bed at 9 p.m. I'm not indie enough for the scene. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't like vintage clothing. I'm not like walking around with like a vintage bag. Like, I don't shop at Acne Studios unless it's like just a sensible sweater. Like, I'm not really wearing like distressed leather ever. And I'm just not that like open-minded and or artistic. I mean, like I literally get mad at people when they get colds. Like I just find it to be so fucking yikes. So I know Charlie XCX, it probably wouldn't work, but like in theory, like would I ever find myself mingling at one of those parties? Never. I don't think so. It's too late for me. I'm just like not fun like that. I'm not free spirited. And like I don't have like a youthful like presence. I have a very geriatric presence. God, there's so many others. We're gonna like workshop it and we'll touch base next week. But okay, in this week's edition, super special edition of Not All Heroes Wear Capes, I read this story and I was just like proud, honored, and also upset that I never got any type of press for the conjunctivitis Paris Fashion Week debacle of 2023. Was it 2023 or 2024? Not sure. So TikToker Madeline White Fedick, we're not sure how to pronounce that. She has over 2.1 million followers on Instagram and 5 million followers on TikTok. She sparked major controversy. I can read, guys. Hooked on phonics. Here she comes. Get me an ad read. So she was doing tried and true, get ready with me, to attend her 30th birthday party, all whilst having conjunctivitis, aka pink eye. She's coming for my blonde, okay? She says, this is just my luck. This would happen to me through inflamed retinas. I'm just going to cover it up with sparkles and some sunglasses and call it a goddamn day. Now, people are pretty pissed off. Okay, she's getting blasted on the tickety talks. People writing, babe, pink eye is contagious. Grow up. Why are you going out with pink eye? You're going to give everyone at the party pink eye. As an early, God, see, this is what I'm talking about. Digital discourse. Who cares? As an early childhood, wait, hold on. What was the, okay, here we go. As an early childhood educator, hand, foot, and mouth and pink eye are code red when it comes to contagious illness. Going into a crowd like EDC with full-blown pink eye is absolutely insane. Choose better in the future, please. Should have canceled. Isn't pink eye very, very contagious? Your friends are going to be sick tomorrow! 3 exclamation marks. Grow up. Babe. Oh my God, these are the best ones. These are the best ones. Hold on. Babe. I love you forever and ever, and I will say this gently, but going out with pink eye is wild. Why go to a rave if you know you have conjunctivitis? Sincerely, a healthcare worker. This post just pissed me off. Why would you just go out with pink eye? It's so gross, selfish, and irresponsible. See, I will say this. When I had raging double pink eye in Paris and was walking around secreting all kinds of contagious fluids all over the Champs-Élysées or Avenue Montaigne or Rue Saint-Honor, Ritz at Hemingway's, wherever, Lulu, Chez André, l'Avenue Hotel Coast. I warned everyone. I remember trying on no less than 12 pairs of Celine sunglasses at the flagship store on Rue Cambon. And as a courtesy, I said, if you are looking to contract conjunctivitis, please do not try on any of the sunglasses, particularly anything in a tortoise or a gold or with a mixed metal hardware in the Celine store. Don't go to Bottega Veneta on Avenue Montaigne because I was applying eye drops while I bought my Bottega Andiamo medium in sage green and grappling with a bunch of different bags, the hop bags, the Jody bags, the Lugage. So at least I was letting people know where I was spreading my droplets, but it does give me a real gay old chuckle. Going out with conjunctivitis is a wild choice. Don't touch anyone or anything, please. Oh, this is why I don't trust people. Sounds like a bigger issue to me, but we'll move forward. This is my first time hearing in my life you're expected to stay home with conjunctivitis. In UK, we wash hands, don't touch eyes, and continue on as normal. This is why I fuck with the UK so hard, okay? Unbelievable. Where I come from in England, this is viewed as more minor than the common cold. See, those Brits, they're so rough and tumble. They're so durable. So now she has to issue like an apology and there's all these Reddit threads. And I'm just like, me and Max were talking about this yesterday. The world could literally be on fire, and like it kind of is. And Max and I, our whole life philosophy is, okay. Like I try not to get too rattled with anything or by anyone in this point in my life. I used to be someone that was so activated and like really, really loved that. I love to tussle, and I still do in the privacy of my own home with someone that's legally bound to me. But now I really try to just approach everything like, okay, like Jackie, you're fired. Okay. Jackie, your house is flooded. Okay. Like I try not to like, what am I going to do at the end of the day? What are we going to do? What is Madeline Fadike going to do? It's her 30th birthday. Deposits were down. Put some goggles on and keep it fucking moving, baby. I stand with you and I support you. How great is it that we live in a world where we get to see a Hilary Duff music venture reboot, okay? She dropped her song last week. It's called Mature. You're so mature for your age. babe, you look just like none of my friends, but younger. I think it's so funny when a pop star, when a Hillary Duff does the podcast rounds and I can't get a guest to save my fucking life. I wonder why. Do you know how many people? One day I'm going to release the list. Do you know how many people have just been like instantly no, and then go on to do a million other podcasts? I'll name one puppy that go on to do a bunch of other podcasts that are without social graces or better words, way less downloads, way less listens than this podcast. Okay. I don't want to say the word successful, but maybe less consumed podcasts. And like for me, it's just the harsh no. Now, one guest that I have been trying to book for years who just repeatedly denies the invitation is Chelsea Handler. I love Chelsea Handler. I worked for Chelsea Handler. I picked up Chelsea Handler's dog shit. Okay. I cleaned dishes at Chelsea lately for a very long time. Okay. I did a lot of fucking dishes. I ran tapes. A lot of things, okay? And at bare minimum, I should be able to get Chelsea Handler on a press tour. I can't remember when I think she had a special out or a book or something, and she was on everybody and their gay brothers podcast and wouldn't come on mine. And I thought, for all the dishes and all the dog shit and all the errands and all the Costco runs, at bare minimum, could I get 20 minutes on a mic? Because you're going to have more fun here than you are most places. If you want to tussle, if you want to tango, I'm available. A hoot and a half, you will have a great time. But alas, she believed she could, and she didn't. Can you even fucking believe that the holidays are here? Now, I would like to keep this to myself, but I've got a lot more time on the clock here, and I'm really trying to fill this episode. I am fighting for my life. If this is the first time you're ever listening to the Bitch Bible podcast, you really should just keep listening, because this episode is terrible, but like they're all consistently pretty good. Like this one is maybe a 5 out of a 10, and I'm just going to keep it 100 with you because if nothing else, I'm transparent. So the person that does the Christmas lights, they do like everybody's house on my street. So I got a text from Zoltan, my Christmas light guy, and he's like, hey, I'm here for installation. At the time, I was in Nashville. Now, everybody else on my block started putting Christmas lights up November 1st. So when he's in town, you know, he's in the neighborhood, I have to just like go with the protocol of the neighbors because I'm a wonderful neighbor, despite the fact that I still have lingering tension with Cheryl, my ex-neighbor with the one arm. And if you think that when I don't see those Christmas lights go up, the only thing I think about is watching fucking Cher Bear Extraordinaire hanging her own Christmas lights at our old place on a little stepladder with one jazzy phalangeed hand. And if that doesn't make you misty during the holiday season, I don't know what will. So I do actually have Christmas lights on my house right now. I have them on all the trees. It's a whole thing. Jackie, isn't that a little early? Yeah. But everybody else is doing it, so I'm fucking leaning in. And the fact that like, oh my God, like when do we put the Christmas tree out? Is it now or is it later? Like Clyde is very enamored with Christmas trees. I can already feel my mother poltergeisting me from the other side because like she had converted, and by converted, I mean like half converted to Judaism, and then she took it very seriously, and she was like, no Christmas trees. And now I have like 18 of them in my house. I'm putting one in Clyde's fucking bedroom, and I'm going for like mixed metals and Bottega Green this year. Or I'm going for like, I think I'm just doing mixed metals, which is kind of what I always do. Also, hot tip. I have to make sure I order them before I announce this on the podcast. But what I do is I'll go on Amazon and I buy like chandelier crystals, like replacement crystals. And that's what I decorate my main tree with, because it's not Sheena Shea Z Gallery. I know when I say it out loud, that's kind of what it's sounding like. But in actuality, it's just like a glimmery trickle and sparkly, but not like a sequin, not like a disco ball. You know, I don't live in an apartment in Los Feliz. Like, I'm not putting disco balls on the Christmas tree. Like, I don't go to Urban Outfitters, so that just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going for just like, I was either going to go like mixed metal, crystal-y, but not Sheena Shea crystal-y, like Provence. I'm going to do that tree, but then I'm also going to do like an old school Home Alone tree, like a colorful tree. And then I'm going to do a tree in Clyde. That will be like the playroom tree. And then I'm going to do a tree in Clyde's room with like all of his favorite things, which is like just basically food. And balls and trains. God, it's so real with boys because I'm one of two sisters. Like something happens, they turn 2, and then it's like, or even before then, cars, trucks, like he's airplanes. Like he is so obsessed with the garbage truck. Like we have to wait on the side of the road so that he can see the garbage truck. Every time he sees a fire truck, a train, wow, wow, wow. And he just wants to crash them. And oh, he's so fucking cute. I literally can't stand him. When I see him sleeping, the amount of like self-control it takes for me not to go fucking body slam him in that lucite crib. Like I want to fucking body slam him. I do. I can't help it. When I see him walking and he's like kind of low to the ground and starting to get a little more pear-shaped, I want to fucking kick him in the back of the head. I do. What was I gonna say? Oh my God. What was I gonna say? Oh, okay, we're back. So like honestly, for Clyde's, I'm like counting this as kind of his first like real holiday season because he was 1 last year and it just wasn't registering. Now he like kind of knows about Santa Claus, kind of knows about like what the Christmas tree is, like is aware that there's lights, like understands that it's like a holiday. And if he's good, he's going to get lots of presents. Okay. And by lots of presents, I mean like I'm literally going to get him a sponge and wrap it up with an ornate bow. Like we're not doing, I'm not getting him like a kid's G-Wagon and a fucking, you know, jungle gym. Like we're going bare bones, and I'll tell you why. I'm an experience forward mother, and I mean, if you would have told me that I'd be saying this on a microphone 5 years ago, I would have bet my entire life that that was a lie. I am going to Disneyland right before the new year. And we are going with our best friends and all of the kinder, my nieces and nephews. We are staying at the Disneyland Hotel. If I told you how expensive this fucking Disneyland Hotel is, I said, excuse me. It is the entry level. It looks like a fucking airport Sheraton, okay? Like a nice, or no, like a not nice airport Sheraton, like a Phoenix Sheraton airport, like I can't even believe it. And I don't know if it's just because it's the holidays or it's always that expensive. One night at this fucking hotel, okay, and this is gross, but I just have to share because information is power, is over $2,000. It's $2,200 for one night at this fucking hotel. Okay. And the guide, because I said to Andrew, I said, no offense, but like, I'm happy to take him antiquing. I don't need to do the Disneyland thing, but if we're going to do the Disneyland thing, we're all committed to doing the Disneyland thing. Okay. We're getting the motherfucking guide. Okay. Because I'm not waiting in line with Al-Qaeda. We're not doing that. Like I am not setting us up for failure. So if we're going to do it, we're going to do it once, right? And this is his fucking Christmas gift, okay? And don't get used to it, bitch. Don't get used to it, bitch. You know what I used to do during the holidays around this time? My parents would take me to the Hyatt Grand Champions in Palm Desert, and we'd all share a fucking room, and they would upgrade to the club level. We would go as a family with my cousins, my aunts, my uncles. They would get the club level for one room out of, you know, the 4 rooms or however many rooms all the families had collectively. They would upgrade one room for maybe $75 an hour that does like a snack hour. They do like a little happy hour, some like 2 hot appetizers in a cheese plate and a little continental breakfast spread on the top floor. And we would hit that shit so hard. My parents were like, you are exclusively eating at that club level, okay? And you're sleeping on the pull-out couch in the bedroom with us. So that was like, and that was heaven, by the way. So I don't want Clyde to get too fucking used to these experiences because my biggest fear in life is that he won't get excited about things later in life. Like when I go to a beautiful hotel or a new place, or I get to go do something fucking cool, a concert, anything. Me and Andrew both were raised we traveled, but it wasn't like, we never really went out of the country. I went to Mexico on a cruise once with my parents. We went to Hawaii twice, and that was like the biggest deal of my life. And by the way, it's amazing. And I cherish those trips more than anything. And I hope this isn't coming off pretentious or whatever. But now if I do happen to get to do something new or go someplace new or go somewhere that's amazing, I'm not desensitized to that. And I'm never going to get desensitized to that. And I think part of it is because I did not grow up doing a lot of these things. Neither did Andrew. So we look at each other all the time. We're like, oh my God, this is so cool. Oh my God, this is so exciting. My biggest fear in life is that Clyde becomes one of those little White Lotus fucks that rolls into this amazing place, resort, city, whatever, experience, concert, show, movie, anything, and is like, whatever, seen it all, bitch. Not happening. Not happening. With that said, I will be at Disneyland, okay, with little Mickey Mouse ears and a hot pop and a child leash, probably with a little Ziploc bag of vodka that I'm going to shove in my under tit and spike some frozen lemonade or whatever I'm drinking at the time, because I'm nervous, but excited. It is a small world after all. I'm going to jump off the boat, and it's a small world after all. Cultural appropriation, do better. And I hope that boat fucking runs me over. Okay. Runs me the fuck over. Anyways, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. Give us 5 stars on iTunes, even though she doesn't deserve it this week. And please, 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 please go to thebitchbible.com/tour and come see the Dim the Lights tour farewell performance this Saturday in Los Angeles. I'll have you home by 9. It's my bat mitzvah and you're invited. Have a great week, everybody. Super sorry. Lo siento.